Okay, so first we have to start with the definition of LTV, and that is the acronym LTV. And you'll hear your marketing professional in your company, or you'll hear some gurus or CEOs use and throw out this acronym LTV a lot. LTV stands for lifetime value of a customer. And it's pretty easy to draw the dots together to understand what the lifetime value of a customer is. I mean, it's the lifetime value. In a customer's lifetime, how much is this company going to spend with your company? So for service-based businesses, like let's take the roofing industry, the customer might buy a new roof once every 5 or 6 years if they're really aggressive, or they might buy a new roof once every 20 years, depending on where they are in the journey. But if they're moving around a lot and they like to put a new roof on their home every time they move, then the lifetime value of that customer could be a lot higher. So continuing on with this roofing company example, if a roofing company made $10,000 on one customer from a Google advertisement where the prospect became an actual customer, the static lifetime value of this customer is $10,000. But here's a question for you. What if this customer went and told 3 other people about your services and how good of a job you were doing, and they came back and bought another roof 10 years later, okay? So the 3 people that they referred that all bought another roof, that's $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000. And then they bought another roof 10 years later, that's $40,000. And they bought the roof that they just put on the house immediately, that's $50,000. So in the marketing world, the statistic might come across on the Google Ads, the Meta advertising platform, as we spent $8,000 and we got $10,000 back this month. But that's not really the case, is it? You can see where I'm going with this. The company might have spent $8,000 to get this customer, but they made $50,000 back. And that is a lifetime value of a customer. And that fact alone is gonna help you conceptualize your marketing spend whenever you are doing marketing. Because as humans, we think of things in time periods, but it's not like that. Customers continue to buy with companies and businesses that they really enjoy. So let me give you another example on the lower ticket item side. Imagine that you're a hair salon or a barbershop, okay? And you spend maybe $1,000 in Google or Meta or some sort of advertising platform to get business. So you spend $1,000. And let's say that you pick up 10 customers from that $1,000. Well, and let's say that out of the $1,000 of ad spend, you had a customer acquisition cost of $100. So you picked up 10 customers, 10 new customers with that $1,000. When a marketing professional or maybe you as a business owner are looking at the numbers, you're going, well, I spent $1,000 this month and I only got, let's say it's $50 a haircut, I only got $500 back. So I just lost money. This platform does not work for me. It doesn't work like that. So how many of those 10 customers now that are in your funnel are going to come back in a month for another haircut? So let's say that out of the 10 customers, 5 of them had a fantastic experience. And those 5 customers come back once a month for the next year. So that is a total of 60 units. They're paying $50 every time they come back. That's $3,000 plus whatever money was yielded from that original base of customers that you picked up in that month. So now my next question to you is, would you spend $1,000 in an advertising platform to get $4,000 back? Absolutely. But we as business owners, we constantly think in time periods. And so whenever we're looking at these platforms and saying that we spent $1,000 but only made $500 back, that's not the case. So these are examples of why tracking lifetime value of a customer is extremely important, because you might be making great marketing decisions and you're cutting yourself short because you don't track when these customers actually come back and buy from you again. And then furthermore, you had 5 people who all had a fantastic experience who paid $50 for a haircut. They're gonna go out and tell their buddies and their friends that they had a great experience with your barbershop. So they go out and tell 5 other people, Well, now that $1,000 of ad spend just got you $10,000 to $20,000 back. So we as business owners and marketing professionals really need to make sure that we're tracking what the value of our customers are over the course of a lifetime. And the lifetime value of a customer is going to be different for everybody. So you're gonna wanna make an average. You're gonna wanna average this out. For instance, take Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut did a study probably 20 years ago now, and they figured out that the lifetime value of their customer, okay, selling $10 pizzas was $66,000. Meaning that every time Pizza Hut picked up a customer, they made $66,000 on average, and every time they lost a customer, they lost $66,000. Now, we as humans are super risk averse. So we obviously don't want to lose $66,000. That's half of our income for a lot of us. So, you know, the risk aversion really plays into your mind there when you're thinking about losing customers. So that's what we should really be focusing on as business owners and marketing professionals, is how do we keep as many customers happy for as long as possible to increase the lifetime value to make more money in the future. And that, my friends, is the importance of lifetime value. I want to open up a real world case study example for you guys from an ad account that we currently run. They came to me about 2 months after we launched the campaign because they're like, hey Adam, you know, we're making 2x back on our money. Is this really even worth it to do? And I said, well, hang on guys. We need to change and transform the discussion from what we're making immediately to lifetime value. So let me open it up for you. Okay, so this is the Meta Ads Manager. If you've never seen it before and you're a marketing professional, then you probably need to learn this skill. Running Meta Ads is very simple. And you just have to start learning how to manipulate the Facebook system in order to generate a lot of results for your customers. If you're a business owner, hire somebody. Just kidding. You can learn it too. There are plenty of courses for free on YouTube. Not on my channel, unfortunately, yet, but there are a lot of courses where you can just learn how to run ads on your own so that maybe you can get away from paying retainers. Okay, so as you can see here, the time that I have here is September 1 through 30. And they were running this one campaign at the time. This is the one that we actually launched. And the campaign did pretty well. We spent about $10 per lead, and we got 45 leads back, which is really cool. So then I called them up after the month was ending. I was like, hey guys, how many customers did we pick up? What was our conversion rate? They said their conversion rate was about 10%. Okay, that's pretty cool. So they converted about 5 customers out of the 45 leads that they got. They ended up spending, let's see. There it is. They ended up spending $435.49. So at this point, you know, they're asking me, because their details are about $250 a pop. So they picked up 5 customers, they made $1,000, and they spent $435. And then they got to go eat and pay their people and everything. So they're coming to me and saying, Adam, you know, at the end of the day, we really just broke even on this. Maybe we don't really need to do meta advertising. Maybe this was a mistake. And I came back and I said, well, hang on, guys. You're telling me that you made $1,200 this month off of the meta advertising alone, and you picked up 5 new customers and you put them into your funnel. And they're like, yeah, we picked up 5 new customers. I said, okay, do you have any idea how many of those 5 customers are gonna come back and shop again? One guy literally told me, he goes, yeah, actually, we booked another booking for a truck that we cleaned for 3 months out because he wants to come back every quarter. Whoa, this customer wants to come back every single quarter and continue to buy from your company? You didn't make $1,000. You made $2,000 because of the quarter. $250 times 4 is 1,000. You get the point. So I'm like, you guys made $2,000. I said, if you called up another one of those customers, you think they'd come back again? And they said, yeah, honestly, we got along really well with one of the customers. It was actually my mom's best friend from high school that saw our ads and wanted to reach back out, and she's got this Porsche that she wants cleaned all the time because she's got kids. I said, okay, well, do you think that you could call her in 3 months and book her again? And they were like, yeah, probably, maybe, we don't know. I said, well, just imagine a world where you did, right? And you called and they booked a time to clean the car, and they spent another $250 with your company. That sounds like you just made another $1,000. And then the wheel started turning and everything clicked for them, and they realized through this conversation that the lifetime value of the customer was important. Because again, this is just actually the yearly value of a customer. This isn't even the lifetime we're talking about yet, because these customers could be customers for years. But for the purposes of this conversation, they spent $435 and made $5,000 back. So they actually had a 10x return on their ad spend. And that is lifetime value of a customer. So let's fast forward to today and check out today's numbers. So now that we know that every time we spend 400, let's just call it 500 for easy math, every time we spend $500 in the Meta Ads Manager, okay, we give Facebook $500 with the right content and the right copy. Every time we spend $500, we get $5,000 back. And let's just, for variance purposes and scalability, say it's $4,000 back. Let's check out today's numbers. Okay, so last month alone, in the month of March, we generated over 200 leads for this company, maybe a little less. So we'll call it 197 leads, even out to 200 with all the messages and calls that come through. So we generated 200 leads for this company. The cost per result has gone up a little bit, but we're not scared about that because remember, every time we pick up a customer, we make about $1,000. So we've spent $4,600 this month. So 4,600 divided by 5 is about 9 times. So this company has also a 10% conversion on all the leads. So they picked up 20 customers in the month. So out of the $4,600 that we spent, this company has probably made 20 customers times $2,000 for the lifetime value of the customer is 40 grand. So in 1 month alone, this company spent about $4,500 and they know that because they've been tracking the lifetime value of the customer, they've made $45,000 back. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because there's a really big disconnect in this industry, in the marketing world, between what we make today and what we could possibly make in the future. And I was talking to another client the other day, and I told them, today's marketing is fueling tomorrow's growth. That's it. Today's sales and marketing efforts are fueling tomorrow's growth. And we can't guess what's going to happen, in 3 months, but we just know that if we can market effectively today and pick up customers, then these are going to translate into more business in the future. More referrals are going to come from it. So many things are going to come from marketing. I really appreciate you guys watching this video on lifetime value of a customer, what it is. I hope this answered your question. If I missed anything, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm actually trying to grow this YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers in 2.5 years. So I would love if you guys could hit the subscribe button because I'm trying to grow. And I really appreciate it. I'm only going to be providing super intentional information that's going to help you as a marketer or a business professional grow your business.